Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric, and there are a lot of retro video games popping up in the Nintendo eShop on the Switch. Unfortunately, we do not have a virtual console yet. 6 months in, no virtual console. But we've had a lot of titles for the Neo Geo pop up. We just had Namco Museum. But we're getting some new titles from Psikyo. They put 2 titles out, the first being Strikers 1945, which is a port of a 1995 arcade shooter. And they sent me a review copy, so I'm going to go ahead and check it out and let you guys know if it is worth the price. So arcade shooters, probably some of the greatest things, the quarter munchers, the high score earners, and being able to play it at home or on the go with the Nintendo Switch is a nice feature. I got to check out Strikers 1945, which upon first impression seems a lot like all the other arcade shoot 'em ups that came out in the day. Shooting, controlling a ship, blasting the hell out of anything that moves. Lots of standard fare shoot 'em up action here. And it resembles a lot of other games, especially 2 other 1900 games out there, 1942 and 43. But that was made by Capcom. Strikers 1945 has absolutely nothing related to it. In fact, it adds a little bit of a twist. Now, this plays in post-World War II in a weird alternate timeline where there's like sci-fi elements to it. Yes, instead of just your standard World War II airplanes and tanks and craft like that, there's also sci-fi space alien types of craft that you'll find in this. Mechs, big boss, big enemies that will freaking make you want to pull your ass hairs out because of the difficulty. Now, there is 7 different difficulties in this game. Very hard, and then the easiest, which is monkey mode. Monkey mode. That's actually pretty funny. So you have a little bit of variety, and you're also able to move your stock or your amount of lives that you have up to 9, which you're gonna need it. Now, you're able to die a couple times and replay the same level, and once you die, you start over the game. So there's a little bit of replayability in the high score department regard. The more you play, the more that you're gonna get better at this game, and the more better score you'll get. However, I gotta say, the game as a whole is actually pretty short. You can breeze through the whole entire game once you get good at it within 20 minutes or so. So there's not too much single player replayability. And that's mostly because other than the basic arcade port of Strikers 1945, there's not much else on this game port. It would have been nice if there was extra modes or extra options like unlockables for a gallery, if you would be able to see history or art concepts of the game, maybe even a challenge mode with some certain tasks that you gotta do, like, score a certain amount within a certain time. Maybe some achievements would have been nice. Not that I'm complaining, this is definitely a pretty good port of an arcade game, and it plays beautifully. It looks great, the graphics are catchy, the music is catchy, everything feels spot on, the controls are spot on. It's not a bad port by any means. It just feels like they should have added a little bit of oomph for your buck, considering that this is about $7 in the eShop. As I mentioned, as far as arcade shoot 'em up goes, Strikers 1945 is pretty basic. If you've played one, you've played them all. Strikers 1945 doesn't really add anything new that you haven't played by now. I mean, by 1995 standards, it probably was pretty advanced, but this is 2017. New options would have been nice. Just saying. Now, you do have 6 ships to choose from. Each one has their own unique movements, abilities, skill sets, different things that you could do. But they all have 3 skills that you can do. A basic shot, a charge shot, and a bomb. Now, the basic shot, of course, is your standard weapon. You're going to just tap the fire button, shoot everything on screen. The charge shot, if you fully charge it, each plane does something unique that adds to, I guess, the awesomeness of destroying your enemies on screen. And the bomb, just like in games like 1942, it causes your plane to do some awesome movement that just annihilates everything on the screen. for when it gets hairy. You definitely will need this, especially in the boss fights, because the boss fights are pretty big and it's hard to dodge a lot of their attacks. A lot of the time, you'll find yourself dying instantly and just having to spam the heck out of that bomb. That's what I did. But it's fun. Soon you'll find which ship you like the most out of the 6. Like I mentioned, the variety's there. And it's a pretty cool little, shoot 'em up game. It's not bad. Now, the one feature that I really enjoy about this is the local co-op. You're able to play with a friend, which, in my opinion, actually adds to the replayability. There's nothing like playing a shoot-'em-up with a friend next to your side. And with the Nintendo Switch being portable, you can just hand your friend the other Joy-Con and play it right there. But what's also awesome about this is it's one of the latest games to feature the vertical screen mode, where you can play with your Nintendo Switch tablet vertically. Not a lot of games do this, but I'm glad a lot of these arcade ports are incorporating this tilted vertical screen option. We saw it first with Namco Museum, and now we're seeing it with this game, and it works beautifully. It's like having a little mini arcade machine in your house or on the go if you want to play this at Starbucks or at the doctor's office. It's really neat to sit there and play, and it looks great vertically. Horizontally, it's okay, just kind of has those weird borders, and it kind of looks a little squished, but if you're playing it vertically, fucking top notch. And that alone is actually a nice option and attention to detail that they played on this. There's also scan lines that you can add in, different display options, stuff like that. Not too bad. I think this game would have been perfect if it did feature some options, like I said, like a gallery, maybe an online leaderboard, because let's be real, it's not going to really mean anything if you save your stuff to a board only you can access or whoever plays on your Switch. You're not going to have the whole neighborhood come over and play Strikers 1945, but if you were able to upload your score to an online leaderboard, that might have been some incentive. Maybe, that's something for the developer to take note. Either way, it's good that we're starting to see a lot of arcade ports and shoot-'em-up genres and stuff like that, because the Nintendo Switch is the perfect on-the-go console. Strikers 1945 is the start of hopefully many games like this to come. Who knows? With that aside, yeah, it's your standard fare. You shoot enemies, you clear, through the levels within 20 minutes. The boss fights are alright, but it's just a basic port in my opinion, and I don't know. It's not bad. I think I could give Strikers 1945 a solid 7 out of 10. It's satisfactory. If this is your type of thing, you might like it. If you're looking for something a little bit more advanced, hold off on it. $7 isn't too expensive, but I'm sure there's going to be an influx of shoot-'em-ups that are coming out and arcade ports and stuff. But this is a nice start for the Psikyo games that are coming out. So, yeah, 7 out of 10. It's worth a look. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace out.